If you skip workouts, you're a loser. You don't love your family. You are selfish. That's what we hear every single day on social media. That make time. Dude, sometimes you can't make time. And I'm going to explain to you why. This is such a toxic, such a bad mentality to have if you are going to achieve goals, whether it's financial, whether it's physical, whether it's anything to do with your personal life, professional life, your ambitions. Now, the enemy of execution is rigidity. If you are too rigid and you haven't got that intellectual flexibility, you will struggle. Now, I've written down 3 points here that I want to discuss. Number 1, we are all going to experience that some way or another. It's not how you achieve the goal, but it's how many days you show up to achieve the goal. That's what ultimately matters. You have to understand, when you get to a certain point in life, like I'm 34 years old, I'm in my 30s, I cannot just simply commit to my fitness goals. I have a day job, I'm a content creator, I'm also a grappler, I'm also building a business, I also have family and friends that deserve my time, and I also want to relax. So, what is the issue here? The issue here is if you're in your late 20s, if you are in your 30s, 40s, we all have different priorities. This isn't a discipline issue, it's a priority issue. Now, what I mean by I'm 34 and I still skip workouts? If I'm scheduled to train Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if I'm busy on Monday, if life happens to me on Monday, whether it's business, whether it's just I'm tired, I haven't recovered properly, dude, I give myself flexibility to go out, skip that workout, show up on Tuesday and execute. Because it doesn't matter if you did it on the same day as you said it. Because once it's on the calendar, it's set in stone. If you don't do it, you're a loser. That's a very bad toxic mentality to have, because the enemy of execution, the enemy of you, or the bridge or the gap between you achieving your goals and actually executing on your goals, is one thing: flexibility. You have to make it easy for you to achieve or execute on your goals. Now, if you went with the mentality of, I'm going to have 3 workouts planned, I'm going to eat well 90% of the time, I'm going to spend half a day relaxing once I've executed, who's better equipped to achieve those goals? Because you're reducing the energy and time, effort spent on pondering why you haven't achieved those goals. See, we are now led to believe, right, I've written this down, that we see the likes of David Goggins, dude, or we see, who else? If you're a content creator, you see the likes of Mr. Beast. Bro, that's their full-time gig. That's how they're paying their bills. You can't compare yourself to the likes of David Goggins simply because that's his job. He's an elite ultra athlete. So he can afford to spend 12 hours training. Can you? Unless you have 0 responsibilities and a fuck ton of cash, then maybe you can't. Same with me. I'm a small creator. I have a limited amount of time that I can commit to my creating videos. I have a limited amount of time that I can spend in the gym. Because if I don't, I will get the sack. And if I get the sack, my bills don't get paid. If my bills don't get paid, everything is affected. See, it's time, effort, and energy management issue. So, instead of you thinking so binary, black and white, be okay and give yourself the flexibility and the freedom to execute when you are most ready. I'll give you an example today. Yesterday, I was due to do lower body because I had traveled. I've just recently come back from Kazakhstan. It was a long flight. My legs were hurting. I was jet lagged. I'm still jet lagged, but I was just generally very sore. And I knew mentally I wasn't equipped enough. I didn't have the energy to spend doing squats. Lower body is tough, man, on your nervous system. And I just needed to do something to still get the same effect. I did upper body instead. And I did lower body today when I'm a bit more rested. Does it matter when it got done? No. What matters is you still executed on the goal. And this is why you have to have that fluidity. You have to have that intellectual flexibility to say, and be a bit more intuitive. Don't be so rigid in your approach. Make things work for you. Make things work for you. And this is one of the biggest lessons I have recently learned. No matter what you do in life, you have to make that stuff work for you. Because your situation is very different from anyone else's situation. It's different from mine. It's different from Mr. Beast. It's different from David Goggins. We all have different lives. You may have a lot more on your plate in terms of family and friends. You may have a younger siblings to look after. You may have a little one on the way. You may have a pregnant wife who's hormonal. You may be let go from work. Dude, it's not clear cut. So if you do have ambition, you have set your goals, you also have ADHD, the best thing you need to pursue, it's progress, not perfection. So if you do skip a workout, instead of Monday, you show up on Tuesday. If you have had a bad quote unquote meal, get back on track. Have a meal that's suited for your diet. This is how you will achieve. This is how you'll be more equipped to achieve success, by simply following basics. Keep it simple, stupid. Do not make it so difficult for yourself that you cannot execute. Because the enemy of execution is what? Tell me. It's difficulty. Don't make it so difficult that it's very hard for you to execute. That's the lesson. That's the key point I want to drive hitting home, guys. We are the forgotten warriors. We have to work with ourselves. We have to make things work for ourselves. Making things work from another perspective, because that's not how life works. We've got to take things. This is the goal. This is my life. I'm going to achieve it either way, but let's achieve it in a more attainable fashion. Not in a fashion that's going to destroy your mental health. It's going to make you feel worse. And once you even achieve that goal, you feel shit about it, because everything that you really wanted, you've achieved, but you've left behind a whole mess. What's the point of that? Then there's no achievement, is not fun. So what you need to do is understand, keep it simple, stupid, and make it simple for you to execute and make things work for you. That's it. And once you can do that, I guarantee you, you will see a massive change in your ability to execute. I hope you found this useful. And if you did, give me a share, follow, subscribe. We are the Forgotten Warriors. We're building a tribe of the first 1,000 subscribers. Let's go.